Should I just put my assets into my children's names to hold for me?
That's the kind of advice that people receive from their friends and family at the coffee shop or at the beauty parlor, and it's really not, for the most part, sound advice. As a general rule, only on very rare occasions would we at Jones Elder Law ever recommend putting assets into the names of your children, and it's simply just too risky in most cases. One of the things that you have to understand is, first and foremost, that would be considered a gift. And so you do have to have in place a plan for how you're going to pay for your cost of care during the penalty period that results from that gift. If you don't have that kind of plan in place, then you're essentially crossing your fingers and just hoping, and it's a roll of the dice. Secondly, you can have the best kids in the world and things still happen. People still have job changes, people have divorces, creditor problems come up. So your kids can have perfect intentions and you can end up in a scenario where something happens to them, and the really bad thing is whatever happens to the person you put your assets into their name happens to your assets as well. So it can be a very dangerous tool. And finally, what we also see that people never even think about, and that's the tax consequences to it. Now, there's not going to be a gift tax, so that's not to be worried about. But when you transfer assets to a loved one, you are transferring your basis, and you lose the opportunity because it's during your life for what's called stepped-up basis. The result is what you may have actually done is actually cost your loved ones thousands upon thousands of dollars in capital gains taxes that could have been easily avoided with proper planning. So most of the time in Jones Elder Law, the better approach for our clients is going to be using some form of trust that achieves the same level of asset protection, but provides you all the other protections against what happens to your loved one and still gets you better tax consequences.